For the past about 20 years or so, we have come to learn to love and accept the current form factor of the current laptop. With the single screen design and foldable chassis, this is the portable computer that we all have just come to accept that this is what it is. Like I said, for the past 20 years. And one of the, at least to me, one of the biggest downsides of the current form factor of the laptop is that it has one screen. Now, yes, you can, purchase like, my external monitor here, or plug, or go get those, portable monitors to carry with you. But that kind of defeats the purpose of the laptop, which is portability. If you're going to use the laptop as a stationary device, or you have to go through, carry a lot of extra weight just to get external monitors. So that's probably the biggest downside to the current form factor of the laptop currently. Well, enter the Xebec Tri Screen 2. Yes, this is a device that will allow you to add not just one extra monitor, but two extra monitors, give you a complete setup of a tri-screen monitor, which is in the name, the Xebec. I heard it pronounced different ways. Tri-screen 2 monitor setup. So what this is actually a setup where you can actually hook to your computer, giving you a 3-screen setup that's very portable, and very power efficient and things of that nature. So in this video, we're gonna look at this particular device. I've had it for about a month now. I didn't want to just come out with a review or talk about it before I really had a chance to put it through its paces, travel with it and things of that nature, and give you my honest opinion about the Xebec Tri Screen 2. Now, for all transparency, they're not a sponsor. This is just a device that I saw being advertised. I thought it was interesting, so I picked one up to give it a try. Ended up loving it. So we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about this in this video. But before we get into that, cue my intro. So the Xebec Tri Screen 2 is a device that you will mount on your laptop monitor that will extend your laptop and give you in total 3 monitors. A monitor on your left hand side, a monitor on your right hand side, and then the main monitor, of course, in the middle. And the cool thing about that is that it kind of folds up, and and you can travel with it. It's very portable. It's not heavy at all. I believe it's only like 2 pounds or something like that. And it works with all the major OSs. So you can use this on your MacBook, or Mac OS, on your Windows laptop, Windows and Windows 11 and things of that nature, as well as even Chrome OS. So it's a device that's that's agnostic, so to speak, to the computer type that you're running. It's very portable. It folds up nicely and it's easy to travel with. So let's go ahead and look at this, answer any questions you might have, and let's just start with a basic unboxing to see exactly what's in here when you receive your Xebec Tri Screen 2. Now we're going to do a little unboxing here. So when you first get the package, from in the mail, this is how it will look for the, like I said, the Xebec Tri Screen 2. So basically, it's kind of built in this kind of cool box that you can kind of, from each side, has these little flaps here that you can kind of pull on each side, which reveals the the contents of your package. So with that out the way, let's kind of move this to the side here. You can open up your package and kind of re-put it back in, so before we can do this unboxing. But basically, you can see that you have your the Xebec screen itself. So that comes out, and as you can see, it looks fairly small, very portable. But let's put that to the side for a minute. And also in here, you also it comes with some literature about, a user guide and things of that nature. You can actually scan the QR code to get the, I guess, the digital version of it. as well as some cables and stuff for hooking your tri-screen monitor to your current system. So it comes with things like USB-C to USB cables, things of that nature, as well as cables for like extension cables, HDMI to USB-C, and things of that nature. Then you get, of course, some stickers if you're into that kind of thing, and things like that. But it's a pretty minimal setup as far as unboxing. And looking back at the tri-screen itself, this is basic what it is. So the way it kind of works is you can extend this out, and this kind of goes on the back of your monitor, and then you can, each of the monitors slide out on each side, allowing you to have that tri-screen setup. So let's go ahead and get this set up on my laptop so that you can kind of get a better idea of exactly how this works. As you can see, the computer I'm currently using to set this up is my MacBook Pro, the latest version, which is a MacBook Pro Max. So, but this will work. The Xebec or Xebec will work on Mac OS, Windows, even Chrome OS if you have a Chromebook and so forth. So kind of looking at the Xebec itself, you will see that it's really portable. It allows you to stretch it out, so that you can get it on the back of the actual computer itself. On the back, it comes with a little kickstand that you will use to support the monitor while it's on the back of the computer. So with that said, of course, like portability, or not portability, but lapability, I should say, be able to use this on your lap while the Xebec is hooked to it. It's probably not the best experience. So this is something that you definitely want to be using with a table or something like that. And of course, you have the monitors on each side that slides out and so forth when you want to, use it and so forth. So setting this up is quite simple. Like I said, you have the kickstand on the back, so you kind of want to put that down some so you can support it on the back of the table. And basically what you want to do is just kind of expand it and put it behind your monitor here. Oh, sorry about that. And once you have that in place, kind of get it back in so you can kind of see it. There you go. You can see that it's now set up for you. The kickstand is kind of holding the screen up for you, so it doesn't just flop over. Depending on how powerful your hinges are on your laptop, whether you want to use that kickstand or not, but most likely you will probably want to use that kickstand, of course. And then of course, now with that said, you are able to pull these screens out, and once you have them out like so, you can actually, this is how I use it, you can kind of slant them towards you, thus kind of giving you that tri-screen feel. Now, here are the cables that you will use to hook up to your computer. Like I said, I'm using the MacBook Pro. So with the Macs, there are USB-C's ports on each side. So this works perfectly with some of the later MacBooks. But if you have a Windows machine or a Chromebook, or you have all your USB-C's on one side, or even your USB-A's and things like that on one side, there are configurations with HDMI and all that kind of stuff that that you can use to hook this up with extensions, as well as a adapter that Xebec sell that will kind of hook through the HDMI and USB-C and things of that nature that hooks into your computer. So there's a lot of configurations that you can use to hook up the screens to your computer. I'm using a Mac, so it just kind of works better, not better, but it just kind of works out the box, I should say, just what's in the box. We did have my wife saw this setup. She wanted one right away, so we actually purchased her one of these screen setups, and she has the M1 MacBook Air. So with that, all the USB-C ports are on one side, and with the first generation of the MacBook, the first generation of the M1 MacBooks, that'd be the MacBook Air, Air and the MacBook Pro, the first generation, the Xebec does say that you have to have the adapter, which we'll talk about in a minute, so that you can actually power both screens up and so forth. So like I said, it works with a wide variety of machines. just depending on what machine you have, you know, what cable configuration you will have. But for this one, basically, you will see here, down here, there's the USB-C ports. So you would just kind of plug your you know, elbow, I call it elbow adapter into the into one of the USB-C ports there on the monitor, and then you plug it into your computer. And when you do that, you will see the screen automatically turn on, as well as doing the same thing here. You know, hooking up. I actually want to turn it this way. Hooking up, you know, the elbow adapter to one of the USB-C ports on the monitor, as well as to the other side. And give it a second, and you will see the screens automatically turn on, and bam, now you got a tri-screen. Your tri-screens are ready to start using now, so you can actually run across them and things like that. One of the things that you might have to do, depending on, you know, the way that it's set up, you might have to come to this into your settings here and go to like display, for instance. And then depending on, you know, you can see which one that is. So technically that's that screen over here to the right. So I would just kind of rearrange these real quick and put this over here, and then bring this down real quick. And then with that said, now I can run on both sides. See, I'm over here now, and I can come over here and so forth. So the setup is pretty awesome. Just like that, I was able to, you know, set up my tri-screens. I'm able to work now. You know, I can actually move, you know, let me see. Oh, I didn't make it close. I'm going to open that. So I can actually move screens from, you know, one screen to another. And, you know, then bring it back and so forth. So, you know, you can go across screens and things of that nature. So this setup allows you to do a lot with very little power. Everything is being powered by the USB-C ports. You got 3 monitors running. So, you know, this is a very functional, productive setup if you're looking for the ability to, you know, have multiple monitors in an easy to carry package and things like that. So the cool thing about this is, now let's say it's time to go, you want to pack up is, and you know, pack up and going is pretty easy. You can just take, you know, just take off this take off your adapters real quick, and then come in and simply, you know, fold them in. And you know, they just kind of, hold on a second, I'm trying to do this with one hand, kind of. They just kind of fold up right quick, and then just take this off. Fold your kickstand up real quick, and there you go. So now your computer, all this is ready to go, and you can easily put this into a quick bag, for instance. So this is the bag that I usually carry with me. It's a Toomey bag that I have. It's just a standard backpack, pretty much. And then, so then I can put like my MacBook in here, as you can see, and just as easily put my Xebec screens directly in here. It zips up, no problem. And then throw my cables in the bag as well. And there you go. You know, I was able to pack up my laptop along with technically 3 screens in a backpack, and I can just go. That, to me, that's ultra portability, and that is what I was after with this setup, was to be able to be as productive as possible, have my multiple screens with me without having to plug up to 50 million power sources, and, you know, be able to set up and tear down the setup, you know, within a minute or so. So basically that is how you will set up and tear down this particular Xebec Tri Screen 2, and just how easy it is to kind of get started. So real quick, let's talk about who this setup is for and who will probably benefit the most from it. Um, Anybody who's basically looking to be really productive on the go. So people who, like, they call them digital nomads, people who are constantly traveling, or, they're on the move and they want to be just as productive on the road as they are when they're at home, when they're connected to their main devices and things of that nature, their main monitors and things like that. So that's probably who will benefit the most from this. Somebody who, or you just don't have multiple monitors and you would like to have multiple monitors, and things like that. So if you're looking for multiple monitors on the go, this system is definitely for you. If you're a digital nomad, you're constantly, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm always on the go. I'm always traveling and things like that with my job and so forth. I am, as many as you know, I am a software architect. So I design code and design, computer systems and software systems and solutions to that nature. So I'm always, traveling to see clients and demo software that we built and things of that nature. So the ability to, pack my rig up and go, and then kind of set up a very, competent, rig on wherever I'm at is important to me. The ability to be ultra mobile is probably one of the things I put a priority on when I get my devices. So the Xebec Tri Screen 2, that's why it piqued my interest, because it had that ability to do that. My usual setup is on my main screen, I might have my main code editor, Visual Studio Code or something like that. I do a lot of things with, big data systems, Azure, designing web front ends. So I might be working in, React or something like Angular, things of that nature. So I might have the main code editor on my primary screen. Then I will have like maybe a browser open where I run like ng serve or something like that to run the Angular app on one of the Xebec screens. One of them, so that as I'm making changes to my code, I can look over to left or right and see those updates happening instantaneously while I'm doing that. And then on the other screen, I might have something like my Apple Music plan, or something like iTerm, which is my terminal, where I will run APIs. I might run Express APIs, so that I have that running, as well as I might have a couple terminals running, so that not just I have my APIs running, but I might have my Docker Compose file running as well, and things of that nature. So I'm running multiple applications at one time, and I'm able to see them just like I would be if I was on a multi-screen setup at my house. That is priceless to me, and that is one, that kind of demographic that will definitely utilize this. My wife, for instance, she wanted one. As soon as she saw mine, she was like, I don't care what it is or how much it costs, order me one immediately. So we ordered her one. And she does the same thing. She's an attorney, so she's constantly in the office suite, and she might have Messenger or Slack on one screen. She might have whatever case she's working on her primary screen, and then her email client or things like that, things that's constantly coming in, talking, she's talking to clients, or she's talking to other attorneys and so forth on her other screen, and she's able to kind of see all this going on at one time, compared to just having one screen where you got to constantly minimize, maximize applications just to kind of get a sense of what's going on. This gives you a much better setup. Who is these monitors are not for? So if you are a gamer and you're looking for, wow, this would be cool, I can run games on this, you might not be happy with it. And the reason why I say it is not that the screens aren't beautiful. The image quality and things like that are awesome. But as a gamer, you probably want a much larger screen. The screens are a lot smaller, even though they resolve well and you can see what's going on. The screens they're not huge monitors. They're meant to be portable productivity monitors. So that part. Also, I believe they're only 60 hertz monitors. So a lot of gamers and stuff who are really gamers, and that's really, that's what they do. They have probably a minimum 120 hertz monitors. And that just means the refresh rate of which, the monitor will refresh every second. So a 60 hertz rate monitor will only refresh like 6 times a second, which sounds like a lot. But when you're talking about gaming, a lot of those gamers going to have 120 plus, up in the 244 and things like that, refresh rates, because they're looking for that crystal clear animation. Every little detail is important to them. So between the size of the monitor and the slower refresh rate of the Xebec monitors, you might not be happy with that. So I wouldn't recommend this for gamers. But for people who just doing productivity stuff, web surfing, even video watching, things of that nature, yes. So I've seen video editors use this. They might have their main timeline on their main screen, and as they scroll up through the video, they can kind of see that on one of the other monitors and have something else going on with a third monitor. Like I said, I use it for programming, have my code editor in the front on my main monitor, a web browser, something going on the second monitor, my music going, or terminal windows going on the third monitor. So that's the kind of people that this is probably more geared towards. And I would say if you're a gamer, probably stick with your more gamer type monitors and things of that nature, because you're not going to probably be happy with this, even though it can run games naturally. It's just a monitor, but you probably most likely they're going to want a faster refresh monitor and things of that nature. A few more things I want to kind of say about this particular setup is that one of the cool things about this setup is that, as you saw when I plugged the USB-Cs into the monitor and then into the computer, you might be asking yourself, well, what about power? How do I keep my laptop charged if I used up all my USB-C ports and stuff like that, especially if your computer is only powered by USB-C? There's a few computers that's that is their charging port. Matter of fact, like the MacBook, the older MacBook, but even last generation, not the older, but the last generation ones, the later ones now have the MagSafe, of course, but like the earlier generations, they only had the USB-C port. So you had to kind of plug into the USB-C port to power to charge your laptop. But with the Xebec Tri Screen monitors, each side of the monitor comes with 2 USB ports. One for your adapter that plugs into your computer, and then there's another one if you plug in your USB power supply into that, and your computer can be powered by USB-C. Then it has pass-through charging, so it will actually pass through power, but it will pass power through the monitor into your laptop, allowing you to charge your laptop and things of that nature while using the screens. That is awesome. So it has pass-through power, so you can charge your laptop while using the screens at the same time. Now, I did tell you that with my wife's computer, she has a Generation 1 M1 Macbook Air. So if you have a last generation MacBook, whether it be a MacBook Pro or MacBook Air M1, you will need this. And this is the Xebec what you call it? It's called a Tri Screen adapter. And basically what it is that you will plug up the USB-C into one side of the monitor, and there's also an HDMI port, kind of I guess mini HDMI that you will plug in there also into the screen. And then you will plug the other side either into a USB-A, or if you use the adapter, the included adapter, you can hook the adapter in and pass it through USB-C, and then that will give you the ability to use, both screens at the same time. But you will need this adapter. This adapter is like $49, $50 through Xebec. So be mindful of that. If you think you might need this, go ahead and pick it up as well. This will give you just an additional way of hooking up your computer or to your Xebec setup and so forth, or Xebec setup and so forth. So just kind of keep that in mind. So that is it. That is my spiel about the Xebec Tri Screen 2 setup for your computer. Like I said, it runs on Windows, on Mac OS, even Chrome OS. So it's very agnostic to the type of computer you might have, which is awesome. It has pass-through charging, so you can actually charge your computer while using this Tri Screen setup. That is awesome. It weighs, I think, only like 2 pounds. So it's not heavy, or it's going to tear up your monitor screen because of the heft or the weight of it. It weighs next to nothing. The monitors are beautiful. They're very vibrant, bright, and so forth. They're not very big though, but it's not meant to be big. These are portable productivity monitors, you know. So they're not meant to be big. They're meant to be very portable and to add to your portable setup. So kind of keep that in mind with a realistic expectation of what you're getting when you pick this thing up for your mobile setup. So with that said, I will wrap this up. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel, help grow the channel. Again, my name is Ceddy from Ceddy Knows Tech. And as always, until the next time, stay geeky, stay techy, Ceddy out.